Hey guys, and welcome to this tutorial today on how to start tricking in Toribash. So what is tricking in Toribash? Tricking in Toribash is a creative blend of various flips, tricks, and dance to create an aesthetically pleasing replay. Usually trickers try to complete their tricks with the most realism as possible and getting some cool moves and stuff going, where it looks really fun to do. So basically what you gotta do is set up a game and put it at -30 gravity, which simulates type of real life gravity to simulate the most realistic type of setting where you can practice your moves as well as some engaged distance so that you're not in Yuke's face. So some guidance on where you can start practicing is you can watch some real life and imitate those tricks that you see in real life through either videos on YouTube or even a website called Club 540, which you can find in the link in the description. Also, you can start sparring for a bit and learn your Tori control and then doing tricks and flips and trying to land them and getting more ideas of how to control your Tori to manipulate and do these tricks. Another way to start practicing is to look at other trickers and learn their setups and how they move. You can either watch their replays and get ideas of what they do to accomplish what and certain types of moves, or you can just find trickers online in multiplayer if you're lucky and watch how they move their joints and control their joints in such a specific way to accomplish things that you think would be cool and like just make sense. You're like, oh, so that's how it's done, type of thing. So if you're gonna learn tricking, you really have to dedicate yourself to it, and you're gonna have to go all out and learn a lot of stuff. In this video today, we'll be teaching you 3 relatively easy tricks to do so that you can start tricking. But before that, let's talk about a place where you can interact with other trickers, where you can kind of share your experiences and your beginning and try get people to motivate you and give you some feedback and tips on how to do certain moves, or maybe if you're having trouble, because this is probably the highest reason why a lot of trickers don't make it through to like pro level. They probably give up halfway through there, so you really gotta stick through it. So places where you can interact with other trickers and keep your motivation going and just keep doing the tricking and whatnot. All you have to do is go to places like Ormo. The Trictionary is a great place where you can see lots of tricks and loads of other trickers, or you can even make your own replay thread where you share your tricking replays to be judged by the community. Though sometimes you might get some harsh criticism, so you got to be able to take it and learn. You got to learn with your salt. You got to learn with your salt. That's not the correct saying, but you get the idea. So our first move that we're going to help you to learn tricking in is the backflip. It's a quite simple move, really. All you have to do is jump, throw your legs over your head, and land on them again. Quite simple, really. So the backflip is arguably one of the most easiest tricks, and all you have to do is go down like this, relax or contract your hips, point your ankles, bring your arms down, bring your pecs in, and then kind of get to a launching point and then just let it release and use the opposite moves for those. And then basically you'll fling upwards and you'll throw your body into the weight. Like, see, he throws it up and then basically brings his knees in and brings them down and straightens and undoes all the moves, and kind of basically like you do the moves and then you undo the moves during the trick to kind of like land it. So it has like a symmetrical outcome in a way. So from the jump, you're gonna want to start out with a nice thing where we get really low to the ground there. Look at those pointed legs there, arms down, like pecs in, and then you're gonna like raise everything and make everything go the opposite direction. It'll bring you up into this type of position, and you just kind of focus on those legs and then straighten them before you land. The landing might be tricky, so you'll have to time it quite accordingly. As you can see, the jumping part isn't so hard if you can just get into this position, just imitate it. Throw your arms up as soon as you're about to leave the ground, bring your legs up, curve the knees. Don't bring your knees in all the way, just keep them at a 90-degree angle for the most part, and just fling them straight into the sky, and it should do the rest of the work for you. As you can see, the legs kind of just carry you over this. The landing will be the only thing you really have to time and get down. As you can see at these certain intervals, how he's bent at certain locations. If you need a reference on how to do it in the sky there, basically the legs stay the same, the arms stay lower there, and then they raise as he comes for the landing, and the legs outstretched for the landing as well. So yeah, basically bend inwards, point your toes and hips and stuff to get the jumping going, and then from here just fly upwards, you know, just raise your arms, just fucking point your feet out and everything. let the knees relax for a bit, and then just hold them about once they start curving a bit too much. Bring in the hips again here, and then it'll just bring in the rest of the thing, and then just, you know, land it, and then raise your arms just so that counteracts the balance thing, because if you land and it goes weird, you're gonna like probably flop over. So basically you need to counteract for different momentums, and like kind of slow your momentum down when you're landing, speed it up really fast at the beginning, and then slow it down at the end type of move to get rid of it through the arms there. So yeah, the backflip, quite easy trick to do. Even I could technically do it. I tried it a few times. It's kind of fun to do actually, but it does take a little bit of practice if you're learning tricking and stuff. So you're gonna want to just try this backflip over and over a couple times, quite a few times actually. really get in there with doing this backflip. As you can see, all these three guys here do the backflip in a slightly different way. Chilledon going for like a step forward there a little bit, and then another step with his left leg there before doing the jump. So it's quite different from the beginner type of backflips that we just saw. So if you're interested in more advanced backflips, I guess you could try something like this to get those legs straight in front of you in a more realistic manner. Throw the arms up right before jumping here. As you can see, the arms are gonna go upwards here, and then yeah, you just stay in this position for now, and you get ready to throw your legs up right now. And the arms go up, the legs can start going up as well, and you can just check the knees go there. Yeah, and then the arms go down, the pecs come in a little bit, and then the knees right there, kind of like a cannonball thing, and then the legs land right here. It's somewhat of a back tuck where they bring both knees in quite nicely. There is another type of backflip where you keep your legs straight for the most part, except like for some things, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it that much, but yeah, it's quite a simple move really. So yeah, you can just keep checking this out, getting ideas, maybe go over it, cross-reference it with your own backflip and try this out. So basically all you gotta do is get that open and started, and you know, get the pointed toes, throw the arms up, bring the legs in, extend the legs, and bring the arms out again to do the landing. So yeah, give it a shot and see how it goes. And tell me how your backflip went if you tried it in the comments below. It might be cool. And you can also check out the threads in the description to get some information from other trickers. Here you can see a backflip turned into a flash kick X out type of thing here. Well, not really a thing. It's like yeah, kind of a flash kick X out. It's I don't know how the tricking's names work, but it's kind of works on the backflip here, and it shows you how you can link it into a different move, X out there, where the legs go into X, and then he does the flash kick, which makes one leg land first. So our next trick that we're going to be learning today is the flash kick, the inevitable flash kick. Now this move sounds so much different than what I actually thought it was at first. Basically it's a backflip in essence, but what you're doing with it is you're landing on one leg. So your opener for your backflip will stay relatively the same as you can see here on Shotty's replay, but except halfway through, you're gonna want to bring one leg over and turn a little bit, but it's gonna make you a little bit disorientated, so you might have to play with your pecs a bit to keep your body straight, so you don't like misland or like land sideways or some weird thing. So you're gonna want to get one leg raised as soon as you're going in around like halfway through the air there. Let's see specifically where he stops it. So he goes here, there we go, the leg starts raising as soon as he's horizontal in the sky, then the one leg stays normal. Yeah, the one leg that he's not moving, the one that stays, has to not be edited as much. As you can see, it only comes down right after the one that you're kicking lands, and basically that one's just used for your landing. If you play with that, it does mess up your trick, as I've been told, so you'll have to play with this one very carefully. But in essence, it's just a backflip and landing on one leg, playing with your pecs there just to balance it out. Maybe your torso a little bit, though. Just be careful with the torso stuffs, I guess. So you can see these guys here generally use their pecs here to get that in there. You might have to just test which ones are going which way to kind of land it, or keep your body straight for the leg to land straight on its foot on the ground. You can see, in essence, it starts out with the normal backflip, legs going, arms up, one leg up, the other leg stays down, don't touch the other leg, the arms go down here, the body does the swing, and then the one leg, as soon as that one lands, you can bring the other one in and put it to the ground for the landing there. Nice cool flash kick. So yeah, you can try this one out. It's actually not that bad. A backflip is a little bit easier, but this one is a really fun trick to do. It just like makes your backflip go a lot faster in a way. But they call it a flash kick, so I guess there's that. If you want to use like tricking terminology. Here's one by Glimpsed. Nice quick one indeed. So let's see his method of doing it. So he keeps his knees relatively the same, except the one that he's not kicking stays down, and the one that he is kicking stays straight for the better part of the replay. And you can see he starts out quite early. I think he starts out with the kick there quite early on here. He starts before he goes horizontally and then lands it like that. Very nice indeed. So yeah, basically one leg forward, do the pec thing, and you know, just don't edit the other leg until the main one has landed and touched the ground. So yeah, our next trick today is the probably the most intimidating one that you'll see, and you'll be like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? It is called the cork. Basically, these are flash kick corks. Basically, they go from a flash kick straight into a cork. A cork is when you spin around in the sky horizontally and then land on the ground again. So you can see they do the general flash kick here, but except this time, instead of landing that other leg that's not kicking, it's going to swing around again, and it's going to go and bring your guy up for another time to spin. This might look very tricky, and it probably somewhat is, I guess. So let's see what advice I can give you on this. So once you land on the ground, basically what you're gonna do is swing the one leg over by extending your right hip. The leg that's on the ground you're gonna extend, and then the one on the left here on Glimpsed is gonna keep going through, and it's gonna do the swing through, and it's just gonna kind of go there. You're not supposed to rotate your chest for this, but if it helps, do it slightly. But generally you use your elbows and like bring them in a bit to get you a little bit of spin, and you also, I believe, you bring your arms down a bit. But let's have a more detailed look at this by just keep watching it to kind of understand what's going in here. You're probably not going to get a cork on your first try, as most of these guys have said. So let's see how it starts here. As you can see, this guy raises his arms and then brings them down as soon as the leg that he's just swung over goes up in the sky. So basically what you want to do is land it like this, get your flash kick going, then the swing through is going to come here. Your arms are going to be just relatively getting the raise here to stop the momentum for the landing. But as soon as you go up again, the arms are going to come down and the elbows are going to bend here. And it's going to kind of work in way with the hips and the glutes. Somewhat the glutes there, I think, are being used in this replay. You're going to have to watch a lot of other trickers to get ideas on how to get that cork going perfectly. But this will be your most advanced trick that you can start out learning with. And it will take a long time to get very good with, but it's a good one to stick with and work on until you can like nail it down. And there's plenty of different other ways to sink into this. There's all these different setups to sink into a cork. You don't have to do a flash kick per se if the flash kick's the one that's working your nerves and making it hard for you. Generally, you can try a bunch of other stuff. I'll show you some setups and give you a link to download some setups as well at the end of the video. So let's check Chilledon's idea of a flash kick cork here. So basically he's going to do the same thing, land the flash kick. He's going to keep his swing through leg though very much to the left there. As you can see, it goes straight through the left side of the replay there, not going down like the other guys there. So I don't know if that helps better. I suppose it helps more with the swing, or maybe it's just more of a realistic type of being here. So you can see he's going to land his flash kick. Now that leg's going to swing. You're going to see his glutes are going to bend here a bit. His arms are going to come up as he's going to stick the landing here. And then as soon as his legs go back into the sky, his arms are going to come down. He's going to bend his elbows here. I see the pecs there are now rotating the opposite way that they just were. You're going to have to play around with the pecs, I see. And then basically spin and then land. The landing looks like a nightmare on this, I'll be honest with you. It looks like it's going to be hard, but if you can get that cork going, it's a good practice. It's good practice. You just bring this leg through here, and it carries you all the way. You bring your arms down and your elbows in, and then basically bring your glutes in as well to keep your legs straight again, and then spin. And then once you're about halfway through the trick, you can start bringing out your leg again, land on the one leg, and then bring your other leg down again like the flash kick without editing it to stick the landing. Because if you land both, it's going to be really, really hard to time that. So yeah, basically your leg that you don't edit is going to be the one that does the landings for you afterwards, the kind of like after balance. So yeah, here comes the flash kick, here comes the leg, the glutes, the spin, use some pecs here, bring the arms down and the elbows in, and keep the arms like at least not all the way down, but kind of like somewhat of the way, and then you bring out your landing, and then voila. So yeah, that one looks very tricky, but it's apparently actually not as hard as it looks once you manage the backflip and the flash kick, because I mean, look here, it just like kind of goes into it. All you have to do is master this cork and the landing, and you should be good, and that's pretty much all of the trick. So yeah, just watch some pro players and see how they do it, and maybe you'll suddenly understand like which moves you have to do. There are a lot that you need to focus on. Here are some setups that you can do in tricking, shown by Chilledon. You can download these in the link in the description as well. If you want to look at some setups, you can also get a pack of all these replays in this video if you want to go in depth and see what moves and stuff they're doing, if you want to really go in depth and really like do some research on this. But generally, just check out Ormo, check out the Trictionary and their Club 540 website that they use there with the real life tricks that people imitate and do on Toribash and stuff like that, and watch some pro trickers and whatnot, and you know, just get out there and just learn stuff. Make your own replay thread, post your tricking stuffs there, get people to criticize, give you feedback on your moves and tell you what you're doing wrong and what you can try better, and then just keep doing things until you get it right, until you understand it, as practice makes perfect. And this is Toribash, and that's how Toribash has always been and has always worked. Toribash has been a game where you gotta do trial and error until you get things right. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tricking tutorial. If this is taken really well, we might come back to do an advanced tricking tutorial once there's more trickers in the game on Toribash. So hopefully you guys who are watching this video become like good trickers and like do some cool stuffs. Probably get in a lot more videos for tricking stuffs and all montages and whatnot, especially with Matarika and Makucha probably. I don't know if he does many of those, but yeah, so do some tricking, learn tricking, practice tricking, investigate tricking, watch tricking, everything about tricking to get good at tricking. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna let these setups end here. They're quite cool actually. If you check out some of them, I like the ones where they start out with the hands on the ground and then they like do that kind of cool stuff. It looks really awesome. It's cool indeed. So yeah, have fun guys, and see ya next time. Let me know in the comments below.